Welcome to the Sil and Dave Trading Adventures Trading School. Right now we're going to learn about how to use freestockcharts.com. When you come into our trading school, you'll see a link here at the bottom for the free stock charts layout. Simply click on it and it will take you to the free stock charts using the layout that we use here at Sil and Dave's Trading Adventure. When you first get here, it may tell you that you want to have a layout already here. Don't worry about that. Just discard the last session. And now you're going to see the layout as it is. Next thing you're going to want to do right here in the top right hand corner is this little green box. Click there and it gets rid of all the junk on the left hand side. On the right hand side you will see an ad. That's how they make it free. There will be an ad here. So just don't worry about it. The trading area all exists over here. On the far left hand side are all of your tools that you have. Now we don't use all of these tools. We're just going to cover some of the ones that we use a lot. First of all, there is the trend line. This is going to be the most important one. When I pick the trend line, all of a sudden my cursor changes. I've got a dot, and now I can click and drag, and I've created a trend line. So there, I've created a trend line. Notice it stopped over here. It still continues on. I'm going to show you that in a sec. I can also pick this up and change the angle no matter where I want it to go. If I have drawn it wrong, I can always move it. I can always pick it up and move it. If I've moved the first one, see where it pivots on here. So if I'm picking up this side, it pivots on here. If I pick up this side, it pivots on this one. So if you don't like where it is, just bring it in closer so that you can change the way the pivots are. Okay, if that works out better for you. Okay, so that's how you draw them. Also, when I click on it, I can edit it because I may want to change the color of it. Now the color I may want to associate with different time periods. For example, I might want to have a red trend line for a long time period and maybe a blue one for a short time period and maybe an orange one for an intermediate or something I'm looking at. Any types of things like that. Also, this extend right will be on. The extend right, what it does, I'm going to turn it off just to show you. Notice how the trend line I've drawn is just over here and that's it. But when I extend it, it continues going on even after where the trend line ended. Now this is great because if you want to come back and look at a stock that you've already charted over time, it's still going to show you your old trend lines in the current time period that you are. So you draw a trend line and then 3 months later you come back to that same stock, the trend line will still be there. Alright, now the other thing I want to do is create a parallel line. I just create a parallel line and now I've got an actual parallel to this, so I can just move it to where it belongs and put it in there and away I go. Okay. Just to note, these trend lines I'm just showing you, these are not really trend lines. They're not true to what this stock is showing. Alright, so those are trend lines. If I don't need it anymore, I just remove it. Right, just normal left click on it and remove it. The other thing that we do is horizontal lines. And what I like to do with a horizontal line is I just click. See, I've put this in here. Now I click on it and I edit it. And I put it to the value that I wanted it. So let's say I wanted to put a horizontal line at 12,000. 1, 2, 3. And I click OK. And now notice it's automatically moved my line from wherever I put it down here, put it right to 12,000, and there's my line. I don't need it anymore. I can remove it. I can also edit it and change the colors just the same way we did with trend lines. So I'm going to delete this one. The other tool that we may use are the Fibonacci bands. Fibonacci retracement sometimes is used, and I'll show you how to do that. Usually you'd use a longer term scale, like a 5-year chart. Bring out the Fibonacci, find the highest point, click and drag it all the way down to the bottom lowest point, and there you have your Fibonacci's. Okay? So all I do is I can then edit it and change the values for what I'm using here. Okay. Now these are good ones to have because it takes you from 0 to 100%, and then where is it possibly going to go in the future. Okay. You will learn a lot more about Fibonacci's in training, in the coaching sessions. So I'm going to remove that one for now. So that's the Fibonacci. Okay. There are a whole bunch of other tools in here, and you will go over them sometimes in coaching. These are the big ones that you will be using. There are trainings from free stock charts themselves under the help. There are videos and workbooks and all kinds of things that you can do. I also recommend that you sign in. Create yourself an account here. After you've clicked on our link, we've got the layout, you can sign in, and then that way whenever you move to a different computer, all of your bands will transfer with you. All the drawings that you've done, everything that you've done will transfer with you. So that way, if you have an account, every time you draw a trend line, it will stay in your account. So no matter where you are, you will be able to see the charting that you've done. Alright, so hopefully this helps you. Remember the coaching, remember there's still more training to do, and have a great day.